So Robbie, we're back here at the ground. Bit of time to reflect on our penalty exit against Altrincham, but the lads can be so proud of their performance today, can't they?
I think in my time as the first team head coach, I've never been so proud of the group. I thought they were absolutely magnificent. Listen, credit Altrincham. The game was on. You know, my dealings with Bill and Sam this week, been great. Credit to the ground staff. You know, the pitch was brilliant. It made for a great cup tie, but if I hear the words, it was a leveller, the conditions made it a level game, I'm not having that, because we've gone out there, we want to play football, we know we can play football, so we were the better team with 10 in that first half, with the conditions as they were. We outplayed them, we played through them at times, we created the best opportunities, they had one shot from distance, but the wind or the rain didn't help us either, because we want to play football, as Altrincham do. But I hope I don't hear it was a leveller because of the conditions. No, it wasn't a leveller. We're both good teams, both good footballing teams. The conditions, if it was a great beautiful day, great conditions, then it's a leveller, because both teams are very, very good teams. So I make no excuses. We played the conditions better in the first half. And down to 10 after 25 minutes. Listen, I spoke to the referee after the game. I thought the referee had a good game. And I think in that moment, with the conditions, it was 3 great tackles, one after the other. And obviously he booked young James for a challenge. I thought it was a perfectly good challenge, considering he let the other 2 go. And I thought he reffed the game well up until that point, when I don't think it was a foul. I thought it was a brilliant tackle. Listen, I might be wrong when I see it back, and if I am, I'll hold my hands up. But in the context of the game, when you've made challenge after challenge after challenge and nobody complains, and then when the ref blows and he books James, and then as you're coming together, then what my captain can't do is then, obviously I've spoke to the 4th official, said he put the hands in the face of an opponent, which the referee had no choice. So I do not blame the referee for sending off my captain. The captain's been magnificent since the time I've been here. We know what he's about. He's aggressive, he's a leader, his performances have been magnificent, but I've seen he'll be disappointed with that. I have to take Alice Curran off at that point, from in the 4-2-3-1 to go 4-4-1, but my captain's been magnificent. He's let himself down today, and he's let the group down, and he's let the fans down. I'm sure he's aware of that. Nobody will be hurting more than him. But one thing I'll say, over the course of my time since I've been here this season, he's been magnificent for me. It's a learning curve. You have to play the game, not the occasion. But he's been magnificent. It's a mistake. He knows that. It's important now that he bounces back, and so do we. So I want to give Altrincham credit. They deserve to win in penalties, because they took the best penalties and they won the game. But considering how Phil Parkinson has them playing, for us to put in a performance like that was remarkable.
It was obviously going to be a grudge match even before we went into the game. 2 fierce rivals dating back over 100 years. But do you think the weather added to that rivalry?
It was a great game. It was a proper cup tie. 3 p.m. Saturday afternoon. There was a bit of wind, a lot of rain. The pitch was brilliant. And I got to say, in that first half, anybody at that game, and I'm always honest in interviews, anybody at that game knows that with 10 men in that first half, we played through them, we created the better chances. Their keeper made a couple of brilliant saves, and they had a shot from distance. And then second half, of course, they started the half quite strongly, but again on the counters that we looked dangerous. We had free kicks, corners, the amount of corners we had in the first half. Up until the chance they had when it went across and the guy miskicked it, from 6 yards. I should have scored, should have made it 1-0 to them. And then they hit the bar. Max has made a save at somebody's feet, but Max has never really been troubled. And we played with 10 for 65 minutes plus injury, so probably 70 minutes, and you would never know. Inevitably, they've won the game on penalties, but I could not be prouder of that performance. I could not be prouder of my football club, for the fans, over 1,000 there, and I never make excuses. We've gone toe to toe with a team who beat the league leaders York a couple in the last home league game. We nullified them. They didn't look a threat. And with 10, we were the better team. And the frustration is, and the big frustration is, and we'll never know, with 11 players on the park, I've got the utmost belief in that group that could we have won the game, because with 10 we were better in the first half than them. That's I think anybody who watches the game back will say that. Of course, they have a little peer in the second, but with 11, we'll never know, will we? Because Dorse was sent off. But I think with 11, we'd have, with 10, at times we dominated. With 11, we'll never know. Listen, with 11, they might have won, because the argument might be we went into a 4-4-1, but we didn't do a low block. We pressurised them. We made them kick it long in that second half. And Max has never been tested, really. And our keeper, there was one off the line from Duffs in the second half as well with 10. So if you look at the two massive opportunities, Dan in the first half, Duffs in the second. Yes, Dave at the bar with a great block from Trey was outstanding. Kenji was outstanding. Mendy was outstanding. Duffs was unbelievable. Runes, James, Damani, Danny, everybody today was a credit to my football club, a credit to the support, and having the time back. I wish we could play Altrincham with 11, because they've won the derby. Yeah, the celebrations at the end, I understand. The penalties were at the Altrincham end. Obviously, the fans behind the goal with the torches, on for our penalty takers. And it's they've done that. And it's I wish it had been at our end, and we could have celebrated our fans. So I don't mind their celebrations at the end. As I think it was the manager said, it was our World Cup. Well, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was a great crowd, fantastic for every single supporter, Altrincham and Mac, going out there supporting their teams in those conditions. Brilliant. Our fans in the away end soaking wet. But they had a great day. Regardless of the result, it would have been better with a win. But I don't mind their celebrations. Of course, the keeper's pulled off a couple of great saves. Their keeper was their best player, I think, with the big saves he made. His impact on the game was better than anybody. We nullified them. They couldn't play through us with 10. We had the best patterns of play in the game. The little movements, little passes, the way we broke them up at times. And I hope Parky, gives us the credit we deserve. Inevitably, they've won the game. But again, I think before the game we said, let's show everybody we're a National League team. And we are. I think anybody who was there, and when they reflect on it, we had 10 players for 65, 70 minutes, and with 10 dominated and should have got something out of the game. We did, we got a draw, but we lost on penalties. And they go through. So good luck to them. Good luck in the next round. But that for me is a statement. That for me is a statement of where this group is, what the togetherness is, what the camaraderie is, the fans on side, everybody, working for one goal, and that is promotion. And if they perform like that, it'll be no doubt. So now we have to dust ourselves down. We have to go next week. But I'm usually downhearted and disappointed with a defeat. Of course, Michelova. Of course, I was disappointed. The lads give everything. Today, I admire that group, and that today for me was the first indication for me that that's my team. And what I mean by that is, I want my team to represent me as I was and as I am, and my management team, Bandy, John, Nick, Marissa, Danny, Ali, all the management team. That team represented us today, and it represented our football club in terms of desire, attitude, application, and giving everything every time you cross that line. And do you know what, Ben? I could not be prouder of my team, and I hope we get the credit we deserve, and I hope when people watch the game back, people say, do you know what a team they are. But good luck to Alty. Thank you for the communication this week. Great to get the game on, but every single Altrincham fan at that game will be coming away thinking they've got away with one today. Because if we'd have had 11, we never know. I think we win the game, but we didn't. Good luck to all team.